Hey everyone, it says I'm live, so hopefully you can all see and hear me. Let me put this down because I'm going to start echoing in a minute. Maybe if it actually shows up. Am I live? Shows up. Okay, there we go. Howdy everyone, how are you all? Hey Pilgrim, Tara. Hey Michigan, Mrs. Metal. Hey PJ. Hey Mary. How you guys doing tonight? Awesome, thank you Mrs. Metal. So how is everybody tonight? I figure we'll just give it a few minutes. Hey little lone prepper. I know summer, lots of people are out enjoying the nice weather before it goes away because summer always seems to go so fast. So I figure tonight that we could kind of discuss like our triggers and how we get out of them, like things that we have. Like if you get like a panic attack suddenly, like in a grocery store or something to that effect, I mean, because we talk about, things that we can do when we're having them, but sometimes we're not always in that space where we can do things like, hey, Steph, we, a lot of people like to go for a walk, but if you're in the middle of a supermarket and you're suddenly having a panic attack, a walk is not really the best option at the point, either because you either have to leave the store to do it. So it, and if you don't want to do that, it's really just not really feasible. So I wanted to see, what you guys think, and I'll give you some of my tricks. I know we went over them a couple, at least once, but you never remember the first time, especially if you've never done it. So just give me a minute. So does anybody else do like sudden panic attacks if they're out? And again, without getting political, I know so much stuff has gone on, in the last week or so. But does anybody have any, does anybody do like wargaming in their head anytime they go anywhere? Like, if this happens, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to do this. If this scenario happens, I'm going to, do this. Oops. This hasn't been a great day. It's been a rough couple of weeks. Things are building up. Most of the will was at a breaking point. I'm thinking. Oh, I'm so sorry you're going through all that. As I said, I am available by email if you need, somebody um, outside of your circle to talk to. I'm not, when it's one on one, I promise I'm not a bumbling idiot. It's just when I'm trying to talk to a computer and trying to find words that, because nobody's talking back to me. So I promise I'm not a bumbling idiot most of the time. But if you want my email address and you just need to vent, because I mean, sometimes that helps. How is, how is your daughter doing? I pray for you every night, Michigan. But if you want my email, just say so. So how are you doing anything to help yourself so you don't reach that breaking point? Maybe if you kind of give us what your breaking point symptoms are, maybe we can walk you through a couple of tricks to maybe help you get on track so you can do what you need to do. I mean, I know your situation is a little unique, as far as it's not an anxiety problem. You actually, have stuff going on, but maybe other people have gone through something similar. Hey, Brian, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. But anyway, so does anybody else do the whole wargaming in their head? Like, I don't know if that's the right word or not. You know, let's say you're in hey Teresa, in a like a in a bank, and and somebody, see, this is always my biggest fear. I have a fear of banks because I'm always afraid that somebody's going to come in and rob the bank when I'm in there. And I think that stems from, I should have actually been in a bank robbery back, oh my God, like 30 years ago. I had always cashed my check at 12 o'clock or 12:10 on Fridays. There's every once in a while, like very rare, my boss would be like, "Oh, I got enough cash. I'll cash a check for you." And this one day he actually was able to do it. And that day at 12:11, that bank was robbed. And they said they were pushing people around and they were nasty and they were violent. So I think that's why I have such a big fear of that. But does anybody else say, like, all right, this is what I would do in situations like that? Or is it just me? I mean, I have a nervous mind. So I'm always doing this stuff in my head, whether it's just like, oh, I haven't, if I get a flat tire, what would I do? If I ran out of gas, what would I do? So I'm always like thinking ahead, and I always keep stuff in my car. My son calls it the fake your own death car, because I have so much stuff in my car that I'm kind of prepared for anything. So I'm going to give you the what I would do if I was suddenly having a panic attack in the store, because it's one of my. I totally changed thoughts. Totally looks like with the moon. I woke up with no. Holy shit! Back to my bedroom. Help us, but still gotta work. Oh wow. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. So how long do you have to be, just until you feel better? Or I mean, I know your daughter's can't be around any of that stuff. How long do you have to quarantine for? Just until you feel better, or is it a certain amount of time? Hey, Prepper Book Club, how you doing? Oh, I love thunderstorms. I love a good thunderstorm. That actually keeps me calm. As long as I'm inside, never outside. Lightning scares me. Yeah, we definitely all have you covered in prayers, Michigan. You have, actually, I'm not going to ask you that because that's a little personal, or personal information you may not want to give out, I should say. So, how are you working? Can you work from home? Yeah, I understand that completely. I just know that with COVID tests, though, when I had it, I tested positive for like 2 or 3 months. They said that if it's in your system, you might continue to test positive even if you totally don't have it anymore. So just be aware of that. Did they give you like a timeline on how long? I mean, the times have changed so drastically. Like I know they probably can't give you an exact. Hey, Yankee. Yep, exactly. That's That's exactly me. And everywhere I go, everything I do, even if I'm at work, because I work in a government building, so the chances of something happening here in New York in a government building, probably in my building, not as high, but you know, you never know. So I'm always, and I right now I'm on the 10th floor, so we're actually displaced from the 6th floor until they redo it. I'd rather go back down to the 6th floor. At least I can walk up 6 flights of stairs. 10 is really rough, and those elevators always get stuck. Hey, Blue Butterfly. And Michigan, if you ever like want to come up and talk about stuff instead of typing, I always have it. I always have my link up there, so you are welcome. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to, but if you want to get up and talk about it and just let some of it out, by all means, use the link. I'll go on every day running a lawn care business. I have to avoid her for a while. No time for him yet. Waiting on Dara. Okay. Well, make sure you're also taking care of yourself. Just, vitamins, eat healthy. The sun is really good for you. The whole walking around is really good for you. Neti pots, really good for that. As long as you can breathe. I don't know if you've ever used one. Hey, Tuck. Vitamin D. Remember, none of this is medical advice. I'm not a doctor, not a therapist of any sort. So please don't take any of this as medical advice. My disclaimer. But I swore that when I had it, because I had the original, when it first came out. And I had one doctor telling me, oh, relax, just quarantine in your room. And, I'm sitting here thinking, like, I'm sitting in here in my own germs, like just getting sicker. So every day when somebody, when they would walk out, I would kind of go outside the back door and just sit in the sun and walk around my backyard for a little while just to get everything moving and get sunlight. Make sure you're make sure you're eating properly too. That's really important. And then this is just a part-time problem. It seriously sucks. I get it totally, but keep in your mind that this is just a part-time problem with the COVID. This will go away, so at least you'll have one thing off of your plate. That's a really good idea. Yeah, hydrate. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I don't know why. Hydrate a lot of fluids. I like water the best for hydrating, but there's always those drinks and stuff that people do with it to make sure that they're hydrated. If you're sweating that much, you might want to add electrolytes, salt, sugar type of stuff somehow in there, unless you're making sure you eat with it. And then I'm guessing you can get them from there. But again, I'm not a doctor. So instead of putting like salt or sugar in my water, I usually just end up eating a few pretzels or something because I figure that'll give it to me, and salt water sucks. But if you're sweating that much, you definitely want to make sure you're getting more than just water in. I know Gatorade's really good for that. A lot of people don't like Gatorade though. I don't like Gatorade. Only drink it if I'm like forced to. So let me go back to my original um, original topic. I can give any advice. That's awesome. Good for you. So if you go, okay, so let's say you are having a panic attack. How many of you actually get like sudden panic attacks that like come on set and they're just, versus just an anxiety issue that you just have an anxiety, you know, just in general. Like I have, because you can have like an anxiety disorder and just be nervous about everything, and then there's like actual panic attacks where all of a sudden you are, you know, you need to get out of this situation. You're sweating. You feel like you're having a heart attack. You feel like you're gonna pass out. Like how many of you have panic attacks versus just regular uh, anxiety disorders? Or maybe you don't have any. Maybe you're just here to hang out, and that's cool too. Hey, Hudson Valley, how you doing? Thanks for coming. That's funny because I was going to ask if there was any kind of comfort foods that people use. Because I mean, we use comfort foods. Well, at least women mostly do when they're emotional or whatever. They use comfort foods. Hey, Tina Ladybug, how you doing? So I wanted to see if anybody had any, places that they like to go or had a food that they actually liked to eat when they were, that actually calms them down. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Canadian, how are you? So, okay, let's say I'm in a store. I can't leave. I can't go for a walk. I can't suddenly start exercising. I want to get my food and I want to get out of there. And all of a sudden I get the hot flashes. I'm like, okay, full blown panic attack. Heart starts racing. So, what am I doing? First, I'm breathing. I'm checking my breathing to make sure I'm not hyperventilating. You want to breathe in, and you deep breath, and then you want to breathe out double the amount of time it takes you to breathe in. So if you breathe in and you count and you say like, hey, I just want, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you breathe out, you're going to do the same counting to 10. That's awesome. Did they just go away on their own, or is there something you do to make them go away? So breathing super super important. Check your muscles, especially your shoulders, because they immediately tense up. They're up here somewhere. Your jaw muscle, because a lot of the time we clench our jaws when we get anxiety or stress, and hands. We clench our hands. So those three muscles I like to check, and you really got to push your shoulders down. And I know for me, I have to keep pushing my shoulders down because I will push them down, and then 2 minutes later they're up here again. I have to remember, So I keep checking myself. I'm remembering to breathe so I'm not hyperventilating, because what hyperventilating is actually what causes those black spots that you get in your vision, and then you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna pass out because I'm getting black spots. Actually, when you panic, your blood pressure goes up, so you're not going to pass out. Your blood pressure has to drop for that, at least in this case. Again, not medical advice. Don't take anything I say as medical advice. And talking to yourself, really, really important. I've done this before. I'm just having a panic attack. No big deal. I'm not dying. I'm just having a panic attack. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to talk to myself nicely, and I'm going to stop saying what ifs. Those are your biggest, most bad, most bad. Do you like my English? Your worst thoughts when you say, but what if? What if this really is, whatever you're thinking of? What if I'm having a heart attack? No, you can't do that. You're not. You're, you're having a panic attack, and that's all it is. I've said this before. Sit down, breathe, find something to keep your mind busy. Yep, that was the next thing. I count objects: one tree, two rocks, whatever. That's a little further down on my list. You beat me to it, Yankee. That's really great advice. To the opposite of a lot of people. I find it hard to eat when I'm stressed. You know, that's a lot of people can't eat when they're stressed. I wish I had that problem. Then I wouldn't mind being stressed so much. A lot of people don't like big crowds. It's a big issue for a lot of people. I don't like them. And if I am in them, I want to be on the outside of them. Never put me on the inside of a crowd. That's one of my worst. Try to stay busy in the garden house. I'm getting closer. It's good by following it. That's awesome. You're retired, right? That's great. You know what? Being out in the sun, being with nature, praying, if you do that, is absolutely awesome. I'm a stress eater and usually eat. That's my problem. I'm a stress eater. I talk to myself a lot. Well, that's because you have kids. That's what happens when you have children. I can't say I have never counted over five. I can't say that I have never counted over five. I'm not sure what that means. If. Well, that's an okay if. That's just funny. Distracting your mind, jokes. I always say I talk in dad jokes all day long. People actually sometimes want to throw things at me. And it's my stress relief. I just want to make people laugh. And the more I'm laughing, the more my mind gets distracted. So I tell horrible jokes all day long. That's awesome. 2 years, 2 months, and what's today's date? And 7 days. Not that I'm counting. I can't eat when I'm stressed, and I want to triple clean everything. Anxiety cleaning. I've heard of that. I don't have that either. When I get stressed, I want to sit and I want to eat, and that's terrible. When I'm not stressed, I want to keep away and I want to keep away the stress. Like when I'm trying to make sure that my anxiety doesn't come back, then I'm all for doing, I'll get on my treadmill, I'll go for a walk. I actually like to exercise when I'm not stressed, but when I'm not panicking, I should say. If I'm stressed, sometimes I just like to go when I work out the stress on my treadmill. Because there's a little bit of a difference between, angry, stressed, and panic. Oh, one tree, two rock, never got to six. Actually, they call it the five rule. Five things you can see, four things. I don't remember exactly what it is because it's not one of the things that I ever use. It just doesn't work for me. Usually, I start singing in my head, and I start singing songs. Hey, Devil Dog, how are you? I hope you're feeling good. Hey, T, how are you, sister? Hey, Wolf. So yeah, they either it's a 3 by 3 rule or the five rule, and it's basically the same thing, but distracting your mind with like you said, one tree, two rocks, different things that you can see, and it's supposed to distract you so you can get talk yourself out of it, or the 3 3 3 rule, which is I believe three things you can smell, three things you can touch, three things you can hear, or I might have them reversed. I mean, as I said, these are the ones that it's not they're not part of me, so I don't remember. What did I just say? Hey, see you say. Not everything works for everybody. That just happens to be, one of mine that doesn't work for me. But Singing, if let's say you're in a car, this is a big one. Sometimes if I'm driving alone and I have a long way and there's a lot of traffic, and especially if I'm against a wall, I don't like driving against a wall. So if I'm on the expressway or something, and you have the divider that's concrete wall, I don't like driving next to that. So singing is a big one for me. I crank up that radio and I sing at the top of my lungs. First of all, it helps you breathe because when you are singing, you are breathing correctly, so you won't hyperventilate, and it's also taking your mind off of stuff and giving you happy stuff. People around me don't like hearing me sing, so but that's their problem. Hey, Tiger, how are you? And if I'm in a place like, let's say, if I'm at work or something, and now I just tell people, and because it takes, I feel, at least for me, it takes away its power. It's like, it, I feel like one of my biggest problems is I don't want people to like look at me and I'd be like, oh my god, what's wrong with her? What is she doing? She's a freak. So I just tell people because I want to put my head down, or I want to rub my temples, or or something like that, or I just want to close my eyes and put my head down for a second. I will actually tell people. I'll be like, listen, I'm having a panic attack, and most people actually know about them these days. They're not so rare anymore. Like everybody either knows somebody who has them or has them themselves. So they'll be like, okay. And you could tell them also, what you want, because some people don't like people hovering, other people do. Hey, Irishman. Hey, who did I just say? I saw somebody else come in. I know I did, but I missed it. If I missed you, I apologize. I could swear I just saw somebody else come in. Um, I lost my train of thought. So what was I saying? I got a horrible voice. Ask my kids, they would say, Dad, stop embarrassing. You know what? That's okay. People say dance like nobody's watching. I sing like nobody's listening. I get things thrown at me. That's okay. They're usually soft things, and I can duck them. There you go. Oh, so I was talking about work. So I will tell people, hey, I'm having a panic attack. And if you don't want people hovering, because a lot of people will be like, oh my God, are you okay? What's wrong? And most people don't like that. I definitely don't like that. I want you to go away. If I'm having a panic attack, leave me alone, let me have it, and then I'll be done. So I will actually tell them, like, if you hover, it makes it worse. So please don't hover. And they're very respectful of that. And I feel like I feel like it just takes away its power. It's like, okay, well, now that I've, named it and put a voice to it, now it really doesn't have the power over me that it did. I do see when I get next to a wall or in tunnels. I was put into, oh my God. Wow, yeah, that will do it. That's, that will definitely cause nightmares. Sorry, I'm just, oh, you're so sweet, Tiger. I don't know if you're still here, but thank you so much for coming in. Love you too. I sing and pray when I get very nervous. And that's great. You know what? The singing will help you breathe, and the praying will help calm your mind. Hey, Shannon. So another thing I always do, I always carry a water bottle with me. Even if it's a small one, I can just stick in my purse. because it actually helps me calm down. I think it also helps me breathe. So you will never see me out in public without a water bottle. Some people carry other things that just keep them calm. Some people are into crystals. Some people are into those rocks, or it could be just be something that's special to you. You know, and if you hold it in your hand, it might just keep you calm. You carry the water bottle too, Metal? I'm assuming that's what you were talking about. Hey, Katrinka, how are you? Just saying hi, sending love, getting ready for Mr. Surgery. Is that tomorrow, Katrinka? Definitely sending extra prayers your way. I still get scared driving this signal where someone pulled out in front of me and, and hit that minivan. I was going back. Oh, wow. You know what? I had the same issue. I got hit at the same light twice. I carry a worry zone, and it's rubbed very smooth. Yeah, I always wanted one of them. I never got one though. But yeah, CUCV. I was hit at the same intersection twice, going in both different directions. One, the I was driving a Saturn, so this was a long time ago, and it actually the I got hit by like a '78 Oldsmobile or something. It was this huge boat type of car that was really solid, and my light turned green, but because I was under an overpass, you couldn't, and the highway was only one way. I couldn't see the left lane, so I never saw him coming. Couldn't see around it. So usually now I always wait at least 2 seconds, if or 3 seconds, if I can't see the traffic coming down the road. That cured me of that. This guy ripped off the entire front end of my car and then went through and then hit somebody else too. Hey, Black Cat, have I told you today I love question mark? I have to walk somewhere that I can be totally alone. I don't even want anyone to speak to me. That's a lot of people. You know, that's what I said. I just tell people I'm having a panic attack, and I just need a couple minutes to myself. That's how I do it. So I'm the same. Carry water bottle, 64 ounce. It's I swear cold water is it re- whatever I think it's because it also when I get panic attacks, I get hot flashes, and I think the cold water is what helps um, cool me down. So that I think is why it helps me so much. Always water with me. Yeah, that's what I figured. Did I see? When we sending prayers. The accident happened at the almost 8 years ago. It was April 2nd around 6 p.m. Yeah, it's hard to get back in a car when you've had a massive accident. Hey, Gilliam Farms, how are you? Oh, thanks for stopping in. Hey, Moonsprout, nice to see you. Oh, Black Cat, you're so sweet. All right, so that was basically what I wanted to talk about tonight. So, what do you guys all want to talk about? Part of my preparation is to bring cold iced tea in my waiting room. Oh, you have a whole basket of preparation. That's awesome. How long is the surgery supposed to take? And do you have anybody with you? Will you have, or, will you have any company waiting? Oh, my coffee's cold. That was really gross. Do you actually sing, Yankee? You can come up here and sing if you do. Dee, I would be happy to serenade you. You don't want me to. You will unfriend me and never speak to me again. It's 8 hours total. The surgery not that long. No one wants me. Miss Katrinka, if you need company, you let me know. I will be on the other end of the phone. Okay, now I'm just. What is going on here? I'm taking a small break before I make dinner in my hot kitchen. What's for dinner? I'd actually like to hear that too. All right, Yankee. No, you can't like come up and sing, or no, you can't sing. I'm not sure. I would. I that would be a good song choice there, Wolf. I think to keep the. Anytime, Katrinka. I know it's really rough waiting for somebody. I'm glad the surgery itself is not that long, but yeah, you have to get there like 4 hours before and the whole prep and everything else. So, oh, that sounds delicious. I like grilled mozzarella. All right, come on up, Black Cat. Come sing. You can serenade Day. I won't listen because it's just Day. Really, Yankee? Are you like really young? Is this the problem? For some reason, I feel like somebody told me you were very young. And if you don't know who Rosanna is, that could be an issue. Oof. Yeah, we're up in the 90s all week, and it feels like it's like somewhere over like around 100. Wow, I haven't heard that song in, oh my God, probably like 25 years at least. You just brought back some memories. Oops. I wish I could sing. I have um, I have an amazing love for singing songs. Like I absolutely love it. I have such passion when I sing. Just don't have the voice for it. Seem to have someone trying to coerce me into getting on panel. Yes, he did, Yankee, Teresa. He was one of the biggest offenders. I remember that. I heard about it. I haven't listened to it yet. Yankee, I hate to say it. I feel like it was you. It's in a whole series on the waiting room. This one, however, is the longest one. Ouch. Oh, that's too hot, Moonspout. Return it. There you go. That was pretty good, Wolfgang. I heard it in my head, so you sing pretty good. Yeah, now I have that song in my head. It really is. And it also, if I don't know if you heard me before, it regulates your breathing. So when you're stressed or panicking, you are not hyperventilating. Australia, 80s rock kick. Yeah. Yes, you do, Teresa. There's no song with my name either. There's close. You know, you got My Sharona, but that's just not. You know, and Romper Room and the Magic Garden also never said my name. Always made me very sad. Yeah, absolutely. Did you all know Minuteman started a channel? So if you guys could go over there and subscribe to him. Yeah, and Devil Dog could definitely use some love too. If I sang one time, you'd ask me never this. If I sang one time, you guys would never speak to me again. My name is a song. Tucked by V. I don't think that's a song. I never heard one. Movie time with the girl. Oh, enjoy. Not quite a year since. Oh. You guys are still singing Rosanna? I'll be honest, it's the only Oak Ridge Boys song I know. Got to agree with Steph. Yankee, you said you'd do it. I mean, yeah, he just started his channel like a couple days ago. Oh, is that was that your other name? I didn't even realize that. And is that a band name? I actually don't know. I've never heard of it. Oh, you just shortened it. I get it. Took me a minute. You betcha brownies. Are they the special brownies? Well, you helped put it there, Wolf. I don't know who the Statler brothers are. I don't think. Oh, thank you, Dee, for putting up the links. Yeah, Minuteman is up there and Devil Dog. And I know, there's a bunch of channels in the chat. So anybody who wants their channel up, just ask Miss Day, and she will put it up for you. Dee, on the way back, can you swing over here and bring me some? Because they sound delicious. And they might actually get rid of my anxiety. Actually, I can't do that. It actually causes me anxiety. People say, oh, CBD oil or, smoke something. That causes me such anxiety. Make sure you all click back into live chat after you sub to Minuteman. Good job. Good. Thank you. I'm actually wearing my Top Chat Mafia shirt tonight. Bob Seger is one of my favorites. Love him. Would you mind putting Katrinka's channel up? See, that's awesome. I wish it would help me, but I am not. It does not. It just causes me really bad anxiety. You cause anxiety for some and makes anxiety. Yeah, that's exactly it. Everything works differently for everybody. No two people are going to have the same results from anything that they do. That's why there's so many different tricks. I try to give a lot of them. Because, wait, what? Why am I in the corner? I am not in Top Chat. I said I have my Top Chat Mafia shirt on tonight. That is an awesome song. All right, you guys need to stop singing in the chat because I'm going to start singing out loud and then I won't have anybody left in my chat. Hey, Minuteman. Coffee, 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 coffee. Is that what you're drinking? Or you've had too much of it and now you're hyped up on coffee? No. It says Top Chat Mafia. That means I don't stand for Top Chat people. But I've kind of let you take over that job. I've kind of, passed the reins on to you. That's right. Too late for coffee? It's never too late for coffee. That's blasphemy. That's right. We do not support Top Chat. No, you have that backwards, Brian. Top Chat people have to stand in the corner. Seriously, Wolf? You don't know? After all the times we've been screaming about it? So, all right. So when you come into any chat, you have it always, always, always defaults to top chat. And if you leave the chat and come back, it defaults back to the top chat, even if you switched it to live. If you are not in live chat, you are missing comments. YouTube pulls out random comments and doesn't let you see them because of the, I don't know, somebody explained it to me once. I don't remember what it was, something with the memory or something. So depending on what you're on, if you're on your phone, there should be a, like your little settings button. Go to your settings button. But I mean, why is it there? Something with the memory or something to that effect. Again, somebody explained it. I didn't understand it, so I don't remember the definition of why they did it. Oh, you're so sweet, Michigan. I'm praying for you. I hope things get better for you soon. Praying for your daughter. Yeah, something with the algorithm. Or no, I don't think it has anything to do with the algorithm. Something with the memory. But you're missing comments if you stay in top chat. You might actually be missing like half of the comments. So if you see people talking about it, or you see somebody saying hello to somebody, and you're like, "Wow, why do I not see them?" Because you're in. I'm on live chat. If you didn't switch it, you're not. Oh, so you mean why is it there? So you know what it is. You're confusing me. On my screen says live chat that, but underneath it needs to say, yeah, it needs to say all messages. Have a wonderful night, Michigan. No, I've been on a chat where there was like 5 people in it and in the beginning, and I didn't see one of those people. So it doesn't just do it for the bigger channels. I don't want to go back out because it'll come back and tap that and I'll be confused. Clears out any spam comments that or someone. I don't know if that's true. I mean, it definitely could be, but I mean, people are just saying hello to people, and I literally will just not see that person. And then sometimes I realize I'm in top chat. Not that I'll admit it. I just want to know why it's there if it sucks. Yeah, I don't, again, I don't remember the explanation. I wish I did. I don't even know if the explanation was correct. It's just something that somebody told me and it sounded pretty feasible. Oh, can you come and do mine when you're done? That would be awesome. And there you go. There's your explanation. Love you back, Katrinka. Good luck tomorrow. I know you have my email. Email me if you need to talk. I'll send you my number. That's one way to do it. It's all groovy. We are here. Praying and lying wrapped into talking to them about Jesus. Aw, that's a good talk. Consider yourself confuzzled. There you go. I like that word. All right. If anybody has anything else that they want to talk about, otherwise, I'm going to end it here. And if there's anything anybody ever wants to talk about, just leave it in the comments, and we can do that. Did you catch my video today? Was it number 4 or number 5? We put up your link. Dee put up your link right before you got here, Minuteman. Unless you were already here and I just wasn't down at the comment chat. I started watching a later one and then I realized I had other ones before that. I don't know how I missed them. So I started going backwards. So I don't know if I saw it all. But which one was it? 4 or 5? Because if it's 5, I definitely did not see it. If it's 4, I saw part of it. All right. So I'm going to end it here. And you guys all have a wonderful night. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. And I will see you all in another live, I'm sure. Have a great night.